Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing some Christmas makeup looks, this being one of them. So I've got three lined up for you. They're all pretty different. I've got this bronzy one, more of like a feminine one, and of course we've got to include a red lip. So stay tuned, make sure you tell me in the comments which one is your favourite. I made sure they were fairly easy, so they're beginner friendly, they're not going to be super complicated. Hopefully that shows throughout the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and let's get into the first look. So I've actually got my little tea here, my Christmas mug. This is Corey's Christmas mug. I did actually steal it, but he's not here. So I've got a little chamomile tea. I don't actually like normal tea, just chamomile tea. So a little chamomile tea, and I've also got a little smoothie. So what I'm going to do is do my base makeup, and I'm going to catch up with you whilst I do that. And then I'm going to do 3 eye and like lip makeup looks for Christmas that are hopefully going to help you out. So first things first, we've got to have a tan, you know. This stuff is so good. I got it on Black Friday and I have not looked back. It's this like Be Bold tan spray stuff, and you basically just spray it on. I got the brush with it as well because I didn't really have a brush to use. And then you just rub it in and you're good to go. Like, it dries down, doesn't transfer. I probably wouldn't wear a white top with it just because that makes me nervous, but I guess you could. I'm going to do my hands as well so they're not like distracting because we can't deal with white hands. Like, literally look at the difference. It is so good. Just quick and easy, and it just washes off. So love that for me. I also got my nails done on Friday, so I now have like Christmas and New Year's nails sorted. I was actually going to get like these really nice kind of pearlescent, they were like donut nails basically, but in French. But we put the, what's it called, the chrome on, and my whole nail was like silver. It was just like too pigmented, and I don't really know, obviously I'm not a nail tech, so I don't really know like the technical terms and stuff, but yeah, it was just too silver. Literally my whole nail was silver, so we gave up on that and we just went for French, and then the ends are chrome, like very subtly, so the tip is like a pearlescent chrome. But yeah, that's what I went for, ended up going for. Okay, first things, I'm going to go in with the primer. You always need to wear a primer on Christmas Day just because that makeup has got to last. It's not got to like sweat off. I'm using a poreless primer like just for that reason, so it doesn't kind of like melt away, especially if you're having like pictures and stuff like that. You want it to be nice and smooth, and I feel like if I'm really dewy and glowy, it's just gonna melt away. You know, on Christmas Day I feel like my mum has like no boundaries with like heating. On Christmas Day the house is like a sauna. It's like the one day of the year she's not worried about the heating bill. Primer done. For Christmas Day I want full coverage, so I'm gonna use my HMB foundation. Boxing Day I more want like dewy and glowy and like, you know, relaxed, but like personally on Christmas Day I really want full coverage. I've just like propped a mirror up below you so I can actually see what I'm doing, so if I keep looking down then that's why. But how have we all been? Like, are we looking forward to Christmas? Are we looking forward to Santa coming? My mum actually asked me what I wanted ages ago and I didn't tell her, and now she's bought me something as a surprise, which she never usually does. Like, since I've been probably like 12, she has never bought me a present that like I haven't asked for, because you know what like teenage girls are like fussy, you know, what we want. I'm not good with surprises, but this year she's actually bought me a surprise and it's making me on edge. Do you guys ever buy yourself anything for Christmas? Like, I know some people each year they get themselves like a full-on gift, whether it be like a bag or like jewelry or some perfume. I've never really done that. I just kind of like buy for myself all year round. I've never really like saved up and then bought something at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? But do any of you guys do that? Because I feel like that's probably a nice way to buy yourself something like expensive or like something luxury. Maybe like a fragrance, that would be quite nice. I actually asked for a fragrance for Christmas off Corey, my boyfriend, so I'm excited to see if he has got me that. No, I do actually know he has got me that because I've already seen the delivery. Look fantastic come through. Okay, I'm just gonna go for a blush that kind of goes with everything. I could always top it up with like a different one, but just for the base blush, we want it to be like an all-rounder. This is my favourite. Is it called Hope? Yeah, Hope by Rare Beauty. Apparently it's one of the most popular. I literally love it. It is so nice, like a proper warm blush, you know. I'm hoping I don't look too orange, because the other day I filmed a TikTok and I looked so orange. Luckily I turned the lighting down like mid TikTok, because I looked so yellow. Like, it was an actual joke. It was so funny. When I watched it back I was like, oh my god. But yeah, luckily I turned it down. I'm just hoping I don't look like that now. I'm just using concealer to prep my eyes, by the way. So we've got a nice smooth clean base. I'm not going to do too many powders today, just because I'm like swapping out the makeup looks. But obviously do your normal routine with your base. Just kind of like use the products you love, do what colours you want, and like whether it's matte or glowy, you do what you want to do, girl. A little bit of HMB powder just to set those eyelids, because some people work on like a tacky base on eyeshadow, so they just put like concealer on their eyelids and then go straight in with the eyeshadow. I do not know how people do that. Genuinely, that blows my mind. I just can't like do that. The eyeshadow goes so patchy, and even like throughout the day, even if the eyeshadow wasn't patchy, it would eventually crease throughout the day. So if you're one of them people, you blow my mind. Okay, so I've just done like a basic base, and then I'm just gonna quickly do my eyebrows. Sorry about my chair, it like squeaks, it's really annoying. Yeah, I'm just gonna do my eyebrows and then we will get into the first look. By the way, if you don't have this By Ellie brow gel, please do not sleep on it. It is so good. Also, actually just gonna put a little bit in my hair, because it's really good for that as well. Also, do you like my bow? I put a little red bow in my hair. Is it cute or no? I think I'm gonna wear it Christmas Day, because I have a red dress on Christmas Day. Have we all decided our Christmas Day outfits? Let me know what you're wearing, because I really need inspo for like the festive period. I bought a few different options, but I want to know what you're wearing, because we need to be on the same vibe, you know? Is like everyone going glam, or is everyone being like casual, knitted dress? I want to know. Okay, first makeup look we're going for is going to be bronzy. It's going to be like smoky and glittery. I feel like this is going to be the most popular one, so I thought I'd just do it first. I'm going to be using this palette, which is the Fine palette. It's really nice. It's got loads of different bronzy shades, and it's got all these shimmers as well, so I'm going to be working off this. Obviously, if you don't have this palette, it doesn't matter. Just use like any bronzy shades you have. Okay, so I'm just blending a little nude shade, a little transition shade into the crease. This is what we're looking like. I'm also just gonna blend that on the bottom, just for speed. I also never really use a pencil brush. I don't know why, I'm just so lazy with it. So I just like pinch my normal blending brush and then like blend it under my eye. I know loads of people do that, but I can just never be bothered to use like a pencil brush. It's just so much easier. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. Then I want to deepen it up, so I'm actually going to use a smaller brush. This is more of like a pencil one, so I'm going to go in with a deeper brown just to deepen like the outer corners. Okay, the camera died. Great. So whilst it was charging, I've done one eye, so I probably will just carry this on throughout the video. I'll just do one eye and then I'll show you how to do the other one. So this is like what we're going for. It's like a bronzy smoky vibe with like a cat wing lash. Stunning. So I'm going to zoom you in, quickly do the other eye, and then I'll take it off, charge you again, and then we'll go on to look number 2. So I believe we got up to the point where we had just blended the crease with like a transition shade. So when you come to the edge, just like flick it out, making sure it's going to be like nice and cat eye here. Then I'm going to take a smaller brush. It's slightly more dense and slightly more tapered. I'm going to dip that in like these 2 darker shades, and then really pack it on, like really press the really press the brush into the outer corner, so you've almost got like too much pigment. Then go back in with the blending brush and then just gently blend that out. And you can see it will just like diffuse into the other shadow. Again, you can like use the more dense brush and just like flick it out slightly so it follows that kind of kind of pattern. And I'm also just going to bring it in slightly, like mid crease, just so it blends there. But you kind of want to avoid going with the denser brush like here. Just keep it to like the outer portions and maybe like the middle here. Again, go back in and just blend that out. So now it's looking a little bit darker, but I just want to add the tiniest bit more depth on the outer corner. So I'm just going to use the same brush and then go in with an even deeper shade. And then just gently dab a little bit in that outer corner. Again, go back in with the blending brush and then just diffuse that out. Honestly, it's so quick and simple. Don't overthink it, just dab and blend. So already it looks quite smoky. This is honestly like the easiest thing to do. Just get a little bit of glitter and whack it all over the eye. I've gone for like this really nice orange shade. I'm literally obsessed. It looks so, so nice. Taking it on a little flat carving brush, just swipe it on the eyelid. Look how nice. And also, if you get a nice sharp carving brush, you can kind of create like a mini cut crease if you want to. If not, just kind of like dab it on the eye. You can even use your finger for this. Just any shimmer shade will do. You can use your highlighter if you don't have a specific eye shimmer. Oh, like so nice. And then just to take it up a notch, because it's Christmas, why not? I just dabbed a dense fluffy brush in these lighter glittery shades, and then I just pressed it on this inner corner just to really make the inner corner pop, but also it's going to blend into the gold shade just right in that bit there. I don't know if the camera is picking up how shimmery that is, but it looks gorge. And then just make sure to wipe away any excess glitter. I didn't really set my face that well, so there might be a little bit of fallout here. But you get the picture. You can always do your eyes first for this one. So now the top is looking a little bit heavier. We want to balance it out on the bottom. So again, just take that dense brush that had the darker shades on and just run it under the eye. Don't be too specific. Just connect it up, flick that brush out. It's already looking a little bit darker, and then I'm just going to go back in with the fluffy brush. Blend that out. And then the other thing I did on the other eye, which I love, I used a brown eyeliner, and I really feel like it brought the look together. So this is just a fine brown eyeliner. It actually came with the eyeshadow palette when I bought it on, not Boxing Day, Black Friday. So I'm just gonna run it along my upper lash line. Is that what that's called? If you don't have brown, make sure you do it with black, because when you put your lashes on, the lashes are going to blend into your lash line so much better. I'm not saying you need to do a full winged eyeliner, but just making sure the lashes have that base. They're going to make them look so much more seamless. I also put it on the bottom lash line. And just to tie in with that kind of like cat eye look, I just flicked it out. And I know you think, God, that is no way to do a wing liner. Do not worry, we're going to blend it out. So just take a little pencil brush. This is where pencil brushes really come in handy. And just blend it out into that shadow. I wouldn't blend this bit too much into the glitter, because you don't want to kind of mix the glitter in with the eyeliner. You can just diffuse it a little bit, but I wouldn't go in really hard like you are with the outer edge. Just ever so slightly blending the bottom lash line. And that's the base of the eyeshadow done. You just need to add lashes now and mascara on the bottom lash line. So I'm just gonna give my lashes a really quick curl. Make sure you have some good eyelash curlers if you can. I don't know why, but the Tweezerman ones, I think these are Tweezerman, they're just so good. I always used to buy £1 Primark curlers, and I never actually had any like good curlers until I got them last year for Christmas. And honestly, I've never looked back, and I will always buy more expensive eyelash curlers now. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. It makes a difference. Also, for this makeup look, I would highly recommend that you use cat eyelashes, not rounded ones. So these ones are from Doll Beauty. They're in the, I was going to say the shade. They have the name, Brandy. So as you can see, this bit is smaller than the outer bit, so it gives that like illusion of like a lifted cat eye. Make sure they're nice and tacky before you put them on your eye. Do not put the glue on wet, if not it will just come off. It'll make a hot mess and you'll get stressed. We don't want that on Christmas Day. Your lashes are on, but I just wanted to show you the difference with and without bottom lash mascara. Bottom lash mascara for this look is not optional. So look at the difference between my eyes. It just looks so much more put together and so much more balanced. So any mascara will do, preferably waterproof if you can, just so it doesn't smudge. Any tears on Christmas Day, I don't know if it's going to be emotional for you or what, but then we are just making sure of no transfer. This actually isn't even waterproof because I'm going to have to take it off in a sec to do look number 2. But if you can, I would go with waterproof. These bottom lashes just aren't bottom lashing today. Also, my skin is just not skinning. Like, I have loads of breakouts all around my chin, around my mouth, some on my forehead as well. Like, it's so annoying, but it's normal, it's fine. If you don't have the best skin on Christmas Day, it doesn't matter. So for lips, I was gonna do red because obviously like bronze and red. However, I feel like it's just too much. I think with the glitter, with the lashes, like everything going on, don't get me wrong, you could, but I've separated the red lip and the bronzy eye, so I'm just going for a nude lip today. I am gonna do a makeup look with a red lip, but I'm gonna do that one last. So I've just used this lip liner. It's from P. Louise. I actually got it in my advent calendar, so I have a P. Louise advent calendar. If you didn't know, I've been opening every single door on TikTok every day. So if you want to know what's in it, you can go and have a look. But this one is called You're Yummy. So it's a nice deep brown to tie in with the eyes. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lighter brown. If you want to use a lipstick, then you can. So I've just done a kind of line a bit more in the centre. And I'm going to use a brush and then just blend those two together. Probably would have helped if I did like a lip scrub before doing this, but you get the picture. Then this was actually in my makeup hack video and it is so essential. Please just make sure you put a tiny bit of concealer in the center of your lips. We do want to blend it out in the center just to make your lips look bigger. If you're happy with the size of your lips, then this step is optional. But the ombre lip, this is like quite dramatic, but I just love it. And then final thing to finish off this makeup look is a gloss. This one again is from P. Louise. Got it in my advent calendar this morning actually, so buzzing to use this. This is Pour It Up and it's basically like a gold lip gloss. I did swatch it this morning and it looked so gorge. That is perfect and it is so nice. Okay, I'm going to zoom you out. Okay, here we are. This is makeup look number 1. So a nice bronzy smoky eye with a nude lip and a little bit of gloss to finish off. Again, some of these steps were optional, so like the ombre lip, etc. You don't have to do everything, but I feel like all of those extra little bits just make it look so good. Also, ignore if I have any fallout under my eyes. Obviously, I did my base first, so you might want to do your eyes first for this one. But this is the finished look. What do you guys think? Up next, I'm going to do like a super feminine look. So on to look number 2. Right babes, look number 2. I've just cleaned all my makeup brushes so they are nice and fresh. I've just used the ISO Clean cleaner. I used the original and then I got a bit carried away and kind of was like spritzing away, and then I thought, oh god, I wish I'd used the scented one because this is quite alcohol-y and it's really good, don't get me wrong, but you know when you're doing like a lot of brushes, you want to be using like the scented one because then it just makes your room smell nice. It's just a lot nicer. So I got carried away, kept on doing like loads of brushes and then thought, wish I'd use the scented one. But anyways, nice clean brushes for look number 2. This one is super simple, but it's a lot more like feminine and like glittery and stuff like that. So let's get into it. I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, first things first, again, transition shade. This time I'm using my Kylie palette and I'm just going in with this kind of neutral shade. So you will see when I put it on the eyes that it's not super warm. It's also not super cool, to be honest. I don't really have a cool tone eyeshadow. That is on the list to get next. So a cool tone eyeshadow would have been perfect for this look. If you do have that, then go in with like a cool kind of like pinky neutral shade. But I'm just going to use this because that's all I've got. So I've just blended a little bit of that in the crease. Again, just going to do the same under the eye, like nothing too specific, but just balancing it out all the time. Obviously, I've just taken the previous makeup look off and I was like, god, that was so easy. Do you know what I used? So since I've been doing more like filming and like TikToks and stuff like that, I've obviously needed to remove my makeup quite quickly and I've used this. It's the Garnier Micellar Water, but the oil one, and it was so good. I literally did like 2 swipes and it was gone. So Love that. Okay, so now we've done that, all you're gonna need is a powder blush. So I'm gonna use this one. It's the Jordana Tisha blush in, I think it's Casual. Oh no, Love Struck. So these blushes are so good. If you've not heard of them, it's a brand from the UK of TikTok, and you get a cream product and then you also get a powder with a mirror. So all I'm gonna do is dab my brush in, and then I'm just gonna pack that all over the lid. Okay, that brush is too fluffy. I was so confused because I was like, these are really pigmented on the face, like what's going on? But I've just used my finger and it's coming off a lot better. See, there we go. But yeah, I'm just kind of like blending this up, and I'm gonna blend it quite high. Like this makeup look is gonna be really, really messy and just like chuck it on kind of makeup. I want it to be nice and feminine, like messy, glitter. It's gonna be all of the above. So I've added that to the top, and again, I'm just gonna add it to the bottom, just taking a little pencil brush. So now you're looking at nice and pink. Then I'm going to take this one, which is a nice light shade. If you have white, then use white. And then I just want you to like put it in the inner corner and like in the inner portion of the lid, if that makes sense. Like right there, just make that bit nice and bright. And then if you need to, just go back in and like blend it into the pink. Okay, might look a little bit crazy right now, but trust the process. Next is the fun part. Now I want you to take your brightest, shimmeriest glitter. So for me, I'm going to take a little bit of Drip Drip. This is made by Mitchell's liquid glitter, and it is divine. So all I'm going to do, because it's a liquid glitter, I'm just going to pop some on the back of my hand. Then I take a semi-fluffy brush. It's like semi-fluffy, semi-dense. I'm just going to dab my brush in there and kind of disperse it. So you don't want like a big chunk on the brush. Make sure it is evenly distributed. Then just dab it all over. Go cray. Go right up to the eyebrow. I would try and avoid maybe this section. If you want to do it, then do it. But I'm just going to pop it like all over the lid. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Make sure when you're applying it, you're dabbing and not swiping, because that means if you swipe, it will go quite pigmented and you'll probably get like a big patch of it. So make sure you're dabbing. Oh my god, that is honestly the most gorgeous thing ever. Okay, we are all glittered out. Okay, it's gonna look even more crazy in a second, because now what I want you to do is take a white eyeliner. Again, this one is from Fine, and just tightline your bottom lash line. Then just take a brown or a black and do the top. I would try and do this one a little bit more neatly, so I don't want you to like wing it out. And also we're going to try not to smoke it out. So this is just for the lashes to sit on, again, so they just blend nicely into your actual lashes. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. So I'm not trying to like create an actual smoky wing or anything like that. It's purely just for the lashes. I'm fairly happy with that, and it was quite messy. By the way, I know it looks crazy. Okay, now you just want to do mascara and lashes to balance everything out. So what I'm going to do is take black mascara on the top, but I'm not going to use this one on the bottom. Lashes are on. So now I just want you to add, if you have it, a little bit of brown mascara. I know we're not doing a brown makeup look, but because it is softer, I just don't want the bottom lashes to be like as harsh. Okay, eyes are done. This is what they look like. So we've got a nice glittery kind of lid. If you're wearing something pink or white, or just want to feel a bit more feminine, I feel like these eyes are perfect. Also, before we do the lips, note that I've used rounded eyelashes this time. So last time we used cat eye, where they went longer on the outer edge, but these ones go from small to long to small again on the inner portion of the eye. So they have like a more rounded effect, and with this makeup look, I just feel like it ties everything together. Final two little touches of this one, I'm going to add some blush of the same Jordana Tisha one. Last thing, let's do the lips. This lip liner is so blunt, but it is in the shade Girl Code from Doll Beauty. This is a little bit darker, and then for like the lipstick, I'm actually just going to use the same blusher, which is the cream side. I'm just going to pop that in the center. I love that. So nice and pinky. And then for gloss, Again, I'm actually just going to use the gloss I got this morning from my P. Louise advent calendar. It is the P. Louise Lip Drip in the shade Just a Drizzle. So the last one I used was gold and this one is silver, and obviously Drip Drip, which I used on the eyes, is a liquid silver glitter. I was like, perfect. The only thing that annoys me about gloss is that the doe foot applicator always picks up your lip colour, and then when you pop it in, it like affects the shade of the gloss. Stop. I love it. I know this isn't your typical Christmas colours, not like your warms and your reds, but this is just something a little bit different, and it's so easy. If you have a cream blush or even just a powder blush, go with it, roll with it, get a glitter and you'll be away. Doesn't particularly go with the red bow, so we'll just ignore that for this look. But I literally love how this one has turned out. So festive, and I think if you showed up to anyone's house with this, they'll be like, oh, you look so glamorous and like glittery. Which one is your favourite so far? Right, I'm gonna remove this and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do the third one. This is the classic red lip, but with a little bit of a twist on the eye. Third and final makeup look. I've just practiced the eye so I could like get the instructions straight. Now, don't be scared. It's actually not as scary as it looks. But basically, I have done like this wing, and then when you close your eye, there's like a little surprise of like a curved kind of moment. So I know like looks kind of complicated, but it's not. Trust me. You only need to use 2 shadows and some tape. Don't be scared away, just give it a go, even if you're not sure. I have like fully hooded eyes, like, and it works for me, so I feel like it can work for most people, but I'm going to try and make it really, really simple. So I'm going to zoom you in. So first step, you want to get some tape. Try and get it even, so just trying to see, maybe like here, maybe like there. Okay, I think that looks pretty even. Tip for when you're applying the tape, make sure that it follows your lash line up. So try not to make it go too down or too high. So if you follow it too high, it won't really suit your eye shape. So now the tape is applied, you just want to blend a little bit of a neutral shadow into your crease. I'm using this one. So just blend it into your crease. Don't make this shadow go too low because we want to have that nice blank space. So make sure you come out nice and wide over here so you can see that blended transition shade. So I'm just gently blending that in. As you can see, it's not too heavy. It's just a nice light starting point. That is shadow number 1. Shadow number 2, you're going to need a deep black shade. You're also going to need a pencil brush. So I'm just taking the black on my pencil brush from that same palette. So start in this portion of your eye and then just drag it out. I'm just going to try and make it even to the other eye. So nice little stroke, and you've already got yourself a perfect wing. Then I'm going to bring it in a bit, so I'm just gonna smoke that out. Because I have hooded eyes, I'm gonna stop the black liner or shadow about here, but if you have more open eyes and you have more lid space, you can bring the black further in. But if I bring the black further in, then it's just gonna make the whole eyeshadow look black. So just packing it on so I've got this nice wing shape. Then again, I'm gonna try and match it to the other eye. I'm just going to gently map out a little curve. I feel like I need to look forward and down for this one. So when I'm doing it, I'm just applying the shadow, and then I'm obviously kind of like looking down so I can see the full lid space, and then I'll kind of like tilt my head back and then look forwards in the mirror so I can see what it looks like when my eyes are open. And then I'm just going to blend the tip of that curve into the wing. So the wing is going to get a little bit thicker. And as you can see, we have this kind of like curve and the wing. Then I want you to go back in with your transition shade and just blend those two together a little bit. Try not to bring the transition shade past that curve, so you don't want to be like blending that all in. You just want to make sure you're blending the top of the curve into the wing. Okay, so now we need to blend the curve into the wing a little bit more. So you need to bring the black further up so it creates a nice little transition. Don't be scared if it looks like this. It might look a little bit blotchy and like a little bit odd for now. But just making sure that now you have a nice blend between the curve and the wing, and it's kind of like one cohesive shape instead of 2 separate shapes. So as you can see now, it looks like a little curve and a wing, but this bit is kind of joined together. Now here, I want you to take your pencil brush and then just ever so gently, I'm talking like feather light, just bring that across your crease. But remember, always go above your crease. So my actual eyelid crease is here, but I'm gonna blend this just above so that when I open my eye, you like can't really see it. And then when I close them, there'll be that line there. I don't feel like you can see it very well in the camera, but so I'm just very gently bringing it in. I'm literally talking like feather light. So now we have the star, it comes along here, and then it just transitions nicely down into that wing. I told you it wasn't as complicated as you thought, and all you need to do now is just work on the blend between the black and that transition shade. So I'm just going back in with that blending brush and then just blending it out and making sure everything is nice and kind of like smoky and blown out into that tape. So I'm pretty happy with that. All I'm doing now is just going back in with the black and intensifying that wing, but I don't want to bring that black up here. Leave that blended, leave it subtle. You don't want to have like a massive black smudge on your eye on Christmas Day. So just intensify the wing, go maybe around that curve one more time just to solidify that shape, and then just gently one more time blend that all together, and that's literally it. It kind of looks a bit strange without the lashes as well. So even if you think like, oh, I'm not sure, like just trust yourself. As long as you've got that basic little curve and a nice wing and then a little transition just here with that blendy shade, you're gonna be good to go, it's fine. If you want to, obviously this is totally optional, just take a little carving brush with some white or a light eyeshadow on, and then you can just kind of like go along that crease just to again intensify it. So you can see there it's kind of like carved it out a bit more. You can go along the curve, but that's literally optional, like you don't have to do that. Okay, now for the satisfying part, let's pull her away. Love. See, when you pull the tape off, it like all comes together. It might take a little bit of your foundation off, so you probably are best to do this one before you do your foundation, but if not, just take some of your foundation on a brush and blend it again. I did actually remove the pink blush from the last look, so we've got a blank canvas for this one. But before we do that, I'm just going to add on the lash on this side. For this look, if you can, I would get a half lash. So the half lash is obviously a lash that's in half. You can buy full lashes and then just cut them, and then just stick them on the outer portion so that when you're looking forwards, you can still see this nice bright white bit of your eye with that lighter shade. Don't even know where my other lash is. Whilst that half lash is drying, I forgot to tell you the very last step. Just take that same transition shade and run it under your waterline. I haven't added any mascara to this one just because I feel like the focus isn't the bottom lash line and I feel like it doesn't really need it. If you want to, you can go and add bottom lash mascara, but I quite like it the way it is at the minute. So let's finish this one off. For the blush, I wanted to add this shade. It looks really scary, but then when you have it on, especially with red lips, it's gonna look insane. Okay, so just dab it on, and then I'm just gonna get my foundation brush and just kind of like blend it out. Right, let's add her on. This is Doll Beauty in the shade Bleeding Gorge, and then the lipstick is in the shade She's Well Red from, again, Doll Beauty. Whew, that took pure concentration. Whew, okay, the lip liner is on, that's the hard part. Now, I'm just gonna finish off with the lipstick. Okay, there we go. So that is the final look. This one goes so nicely with my bow. Love it. So this is the final makeup look for the 3 that I have chosen. I really love all of them, like in different ways. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments. I would love to know. This video has taken me so long, so please do let me know which one was your fave. Hopefully it's given you some inspiration. Even if you're not following like this exact tutorial, then hopefully it can give you a little bit of inspo with what to do on Christmas Day. I am actually going to be vlogging Christmas Day, so make sure you subscribe to see what we get up to, because I'm going back to my family home in Norfolk. So really excited. I'm personally not sure which makeup look I'm actually going to be doing yet, so I will have to decide. But yeah, let me know which one was your favourite. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas. I'm not going to speak to you before then, so I will see you after Christmas, but before New Year's. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and Merry Christmas. Bye.